Well, hi everyone. It's the biggest Saturday of the Santa Anita meet, the Derby, the Oaks, the Santa Anita Handicap. But before we talk about that, I need to talk about this. First, Lasix does not cause breakdowns. The whip is not cruel. The Santa Anita main track is safe, and so is the downhill turf course most of the time. Well, you've probably heard by now that downhill racing was suspended this week while yet another investigation was launched, this time looking for reasons why Arms Runner broke down Sunday at the dirt crossing. I wonder, did he have a pre-existing condition? Don't know. Was the dirt crossing too slow relative to the fast turf? Maybe. Through the history of downhill racing at Santa Anita, journeyman riders often took hold as they neared the dirt crossing. Maybe that didn't happen Sunday. I don't know that either. What I do know is this: as a fan and a bettor, I love the hill. And I also love horses that became course specialists. Horses like El Cielo, FJ's Pace, Cambia Corsa, Misdirection, Elusive Diva, California Flag. I hope racing returns to the hill. Safe racing. As for my opinions regarding Lasix, the whip, and the hill, others might disagree, and that's okay. It's strange. We could be talking about Game Winner and Bellafina, and instead we're talking about the late Arms Runner. And now that politicians are involved, who knows where we are headed next. I know where I'm headed Saturday. It's to a place that's practically a second home. I spent a lot of time at Santa Anita over the years, at the wine shed in the infield, at the top of row M in the grandstand, and luckily in the press box. Mornings this past month at Santa Anita on the racetrack, on the grandstand apron, and also at Clocker's Corner, news trucks perched at the ready, camera crews standing by, mainstream media waiting for something to happen. I couldn't help thinking back to many of the people that I had the privilege of working with much of my career in the press box, handicappers. I have shared this photograph before, and I'm going to share it again because I think it's kind of cool. You might recognize some of the faces down in the front: Carlin, Mike Martin, Siegel. In the back, Privman, Superstein, Free, Terrell, Bortstein, Ratsky, Weinbaum, Antonucci, Mazursky. I guess I'm feeling a little melancholy because I'm not sure what the future holds for horse racing in general and for Santa Anita in particular. And I do love Santa Anita. Anyway, that's a look back. Why don't we look forward and talk briefly about the Grade 1 races that will be run Saturday at Santa Anita. We'll start in chronological order and start with race number 3. It's the Grade 1 Santa Anita Oaks, and here's a great revelation. I like the 2-5 favorite. It's true that Bellafina required a 25 3/5 second final quarter mile to win last time out. I'm not going to hold that against her. Not on Saturday in the Santa Anita Oaks anyway. She's drawn outside. I don't think she's one-dimensional. She should get a great trip, and I expect her to win. Am I going to bet on Bellafina at 2-5? Absolutely not. But having said that, I am not going to bet against her either. Bellafina should win the Santa Anita Oaks. It's race number 3. Race number 8 is the Grade 1 Santa Anita Derby. And this one has a couple of contenders. We know who the odds-on favorite is: Game Winner, champion 2-year-old, terrific runner-up finish in his recent comeback. I think he could have defeated Omaha Beach if they hadn't bumped in deep stretch, but it didn't matter. Game Winner ran well in defeat. He's trained by Bob Baffert, who has won this race 8 times. Baffert entered Game Winner and also the most interesting horse in the race because we don't know what he is yet. Number 1, Roadster. The fastest 2-year-old that Baffert trained last year, according to him. But Roadster had a breathing issue, and he was on the shelf for a long time. That breathing disorder was surgically corrected, and he returned with a smashing comeback win in an allowance race. From the inside post, I wouldn't be at all surprised if jockey Mike Smith just lets Roadster roll to the front and take them as far as he can. This is the third leg of the mandatory pick six. We'll talk about that bet in a minute. And I'll be using just two in this race. I'm not going to use Nolo Contesto nor Instagram, at least on my main ticket. I think Baffert has this race pretty much locked up. Not a lot of creativity here. Game Winner, the horse to beat. Roadster, possibly the horse to catch. Race number 10, another odds-on favorite. It's the Grade 1 Santa Anita Handicap. There are 5 graded stakes races on Saturday. 4 of them include odds-on program favorites. Now, McKenzie's not a slam dunk. He's 4-5, and he's the horse to beat. But a couple of reasons why he's not a slam dunk. First of all, 1.25 miles is uncharted territory, and he faces a very formidable rival by the name of Gift Box, who's the second choice at 6-5. McKenzie lost last time at 1-2, but he ran well in defeat. And in hindsight, jockey Mike Smith wishes that he would have taken back a little bit, but he went on with it. McKenzie broke well. Smith allowed him to use his speed, and it turned out to be, in hindsight, the wrong decision because McKenzie went too fast and he didn't have what he needed late. He ran well. In the Santa Anita Handicap, Prime Attraction is going to make the lead. McKenzie will have a target to chase. If he can get 1.25 miles, he'll probably win. But Gift Box, making his first start since late December, he also will be running late. A couple of very good horses. Prime Attraction, the one to catch. Long shots coming from behind, Campaign and Prince of Arabia. Mongolian Groom, possibly the only toss in the field. All right, it's mandatory payout day in the Rainbow Six. Remember when the Pick Six was a good bet almost every day? Well, it's a good bet at least on Saturday because there is more than $800,000 in the jackpot pool, assuming there's not a single ticket winner on Friday, and I doubt there will be. So the mandatory Rainbow Six on Saturday, races 6 through 11. And here's my strategy, just a real basic. There are 2 horses I like, one in each of the first 2 legs. In race number 6, I like a horse by the name of Foster Boy. He's the 3-1 second choice behind Lieutenant Dan. And in race number 7, I like number 5, One Bad Boy. My ticket structure will be to insist that at least one of those 2 horses, Foster Boy or One Bad Boy, wins the race. And then it's spread from there. It looks like a pick six that might not pay a whole lot. Therefore, the size of my ticket will be relatively small. Okay, that is it for this week. And this is the final video for a while. I'm not going anywhere, but my responsibilities at DRF have shifted. So this will be the final video for a little while. You know, I feel like we're kind of at a watershed moment here in California, similar to when the takeout rate for exotic wagers was raised in 2011. Bad decision. Also feel like we're coming down the same type of situation we were in 2013 when Hollywood Park closed. Leadership in California seems to be in very short supply. Excuse me. Can you tell I'm battling a cold? Well, here we are again, and things are even more critical. I want to leave you with one final anecdote. It was early this week. I called the owner of a thoroughbred just to get some background information on a horse that he owned. It was a cold call, and I'd never met the man before, and I wasn't sure if he would call me back. Well, he later did call me back, and he then acknowledged that he wasn't sure he should call me back. And the reason for his apprehension was this. He said, and I quote, "I thought you were going to ask me if I thought the Santa Anita racetrack was safe." Well, it is safe. And that's the world we are living in right now in horse racing. I hope somehow we survive. I'm Brad Free. I'll talk to you next time.